Welcome to the Geek Easy. Sit back, grab a libation of your choice, and relax, 'cause it's time to do some geek stuff in the Geek Easy. Welcome to the Geek Easy, fellow geeks. Grab a beverage of your choice, because today we will be discussing DC Marvel Crossover Classics 2. I picked this up at the local bookstore, used bookstore, Title Wave, a couple days ago. Turns out that these things are very rare, and not quite sure if the person who got rid of these was aware of what they were getting rid of. But so I read through it, and it is pretty good. It's published by Marvel and DC, of course, DC, Marvel. It has Batman, Punisher, Lake of Fire, and this is the Azrael Batman, not Bruce Wayne Batman. You have Punisher, Batman, Deadly Nights, and that is Punisher versus Bruce Wayne Batman. You have Silver Surfer, Superman, Pop, and then you have Batman and Captain America. The only two there's only two stories in here where they're sort of like the people are fighting against each other. And that would be Azrael and Punisher, and Bruce Wayne versus Punisher, because, well, Azrael and Punisher, they're more alike than not. But Azrael's trying to be like Bruce Wayne, and so they kind of work together, and then they're like, but they're still at odds because Punisher was in his territory, and they were both after the same guy, because Punisher was after, microchip, and Azrael was after somebody else, but Microchip was working together, so they wound up after the same group, and there was friction going on between the two of them, and they fought. The Batman versus Punisher, Bruce Wayne won. Punisher came back into town 6 months later because Microchip still hadn't left Gotham, and he was looking for it, and that put him at odds with Bruce Wayne Batman. And that did not go over well, because that was actually more of that led to them duking it out for a little bit, then a cautious working together, and then both of them saying, we're never going to see each other again, or else we're going to have some shit. Those two were pretty good. Then you had Superman and Silver Surfer. Was that what that was? Pop. And this here was really kind of weird, because Superman and the Silver Surfer really didn't come in contact much. The story with this is you have the Impossible Man. Well, you don't find this out until a little later, but the Impossible Man and Mr. I can never pronounce this, Mitterplick. That's what I call him. I don't know if I seriously doubt I'm pronouncing that correctly. They made a bet. They became aware of each other, came across each other, made a bet that they were going to do kind of a dial M for murder thing and switch Nemesis. Impossible Man with Superman, Mxyzptlk with Silver Surfer, and they want the other, see how soon they can get the other person to think that they're responsible. So, like, how soon Mr. Impossible could make Superman think it was Mr. Mxyzptlk. And so they had to deal that, and then near the end, Superman and Silver Surfer came together. That was an okay story. I didn't, it was, it's like, okay, nah, yeah. But the one I really kind of liked was the last one, which was Batman and Captain America. This was actually written by John Byrne, and I love John Byrne's take on Batman. And this takes place in 1945. Where you have Batman and Robin chasing after the Joker in the Joker Mobile. And then you have Captain America in Europe fighting the Nazis, some big machine. And then Captain America gets sent back to the States for a mission, winds up in Gotham because there's some hijacking they're planning on doing. And turns out that the Red Skull and the Joker have kidnapped Oppenheimer. And I don't want to go too much into detail on that because I don't want to give away the end and all that. But this is the famous story where once the Joker and Red Skull meet each other, he's like, wait, you're Nazi? And he turns on him. Because Joker is a patriotic criminal and doesn't want to work with Nazis. Which is really kind of weird because if you actually look at the Frank Miller one, his Dark Knight Returns, you've got him working with that one tall woman with the swastikas on her hoo-haws. But anyway, I mean, that's a really good story. That was kind of fun. But it was overall a pretty entertaining book. And I'd like to get issues 1, and I think there's 4 of them. I'd like to get issues 1, 3, and 4. Just to see what those are about. But this one was not bad. For crossovers. I'd like to see what they did with the other ones. But I'm going to give this one a 3.5 out of 5. I think the thing that really saved it was the Batman one. The Batman Captain America one. There is a really good explanation as to how Captain America and Batman got together. There just wasn't a chance meeting on the street. There was actually a good reason how they got together. But I'm not going to spoil anything. But yeah, I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5 and say it was enjoyable enough for the crossovers, but I'd like to see the other ones to see how much better or worse they are. So anyway, let me know in the comments below whether you've read them and what you thought of it. Like, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy your comics.